Welcome to Seeds of Thought. Today I want to discuss why life changes only after you do. Let me invite you into a serious conversation. Not a speech, not motivation, not something to get you fired up, but a conversation about how life actually works. Because if you give me the next 7 minutes, not as entertainment, but as an investment, there's a chance you'll leave with something far more valuable than inspiration. Now, is that fair? I think it's fair. Most people spend hours each day distracted, but almost no time examining the philosophy that governs their life. And yet philosophy, quiet, unseen, unquestioned, decides everything. Your income, your relationships, your health, your confidence, your future. Now, why would that be? Because life does not respond to wishes. Life responds to who you are becoming. Let's take a look at 5 pillars to better understand what that means. Pillar 1, the fundamental law of becoming. Here's the first fundamental principle. Success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Now that's not hype. That's agriculture. If you plant corn, you get corn. If you plant weeds, you get weeds. And if you plant excuses, poor habits, shallow thinking, undisciplined days, you harvest a life that feels confusing, limiting, disappointing. Is that unfair? I don't think so. Because the same law works in your favor. Change the seed, and the harvest must change. Now let me ask you something worth asking. Are you working harder on your results or on the root that produces them? Most people want more money without becoming more valuable. They want better relationships without becoming more patient. They want confidence without becoming competent. And life says, very calmly, that's not how this works. So here's the self-examination. Who must you become for the life you want to make sense? Pillar 2, philosophy, the major that decides everything. Let me tell you what I learned a little late, but not too late. Your philosophy is not a minor thing. It's major. Your philosophy is how you interpret pain, how you explain setbacks, how you decide what things mean. And meaning determines motion. I used to think, I'll believe it when I see it. Sounds reasonable, doesn't it? But successful people operate differently. They say, I'll see it when I believe it. Now, why would that be? Because belief precedes behavior, and behavior precedes results. A flawed philosophy creates a ceiling no effort can break. So ask yourself, not casually, but seriously, what do I believe about money? What do I believe about discipline? What do I believe about responsibility? What do I believe about my own potential? And perhaps the most important question of all, did I choose these beliefs or did I inherit them? Because inherited beliefs are often outdated ideas, hand-me-downs from people who never tested them. And philosophy, left unexamined, becomes a quiet prison. Pillar 3, discipline, the price or the pain. Now let's talk about discipline, because everyone pays a price. The question is never if you'll pay, only which payment plan you'll choose. The price of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline is not punishment. It's not deprivation. Discipline is a sophisticated form of self-respect. It's saying, I will not sacrifice the future for the mood of the moment. Most people fail in the minors and then wonder why the majors fall apart. They can't read 10 pages a day, but want mastery. They can't save $5 a day, but want freedom. They can't manage 30 minutes, but want control of their life. Is that logical? I don't think so. Small disciplines, done daily, create compound results. And small neglects, practiced daily, create silent disaster. So here's your examination. What small discipline, practiced daily, would make your future inevitable? Pillar 4, learning, becoming too valuable to ignore. Formal education helps you survive. Self-education helps you thrive. And here's a truth that may sting, but only briefly. You will never outperform your personal development. Your income rarely exceeds your thinking. Your results rarely exceed your skill set. Now consider this. 5 years from now, you will be shaped by 2 things. 1. The books you read. 2. The people you keep. Everything else is a minor. If you don't like the trajectory of your life, change the input. Read what stretches you. Associate with people who challenge your standards. And remember, your mind is not an expense. It's an enterprise. So ask yourself, what am I feeding my mind daily? And what kind of person is that creating? Pillar 5. Goals. The tool that changes the person. Goals are not primarily for achievement. They are for becoming. When you set a goal beyond your current capacity, life demands that you grow. That's the gift. A goal is the excuse life uses to make you better. Write them down. Make them specific. Make them demanding. If your goals don't stir a little fear, they're too small. If they don't excite you, they're not yours. So here's the question worth writing down. Who will I need to become to deserve the goals I've set? The grand finale: time, legacy, and urgency. Now let me leave you with something sobering and hopeful. Time is not waiting, and life does not pause for indecision. Every day you are becoming someone, by default or by design. And default has a direction. It always does. The real tragedy is not failure. It's living an entire life without ever discovering your full weight. So here's the invitation again, but this time it's personal. Decide to become more. Not tomorrow, not next month. Now, because success isn't reserved for the chosen few. It's reserved for the intentional. And the moment you decide to change who you are becoming, life, quietly, steadily, inevitably, must respond. So starting today, work harder on yourself than anything else.